Alright, hello. Look at me, new clothes. Well, not really new. I actually wore this for like a week straight the first time I got it. And so basically I walked from the northeast side about half a mile across the moat with everything I had, with basically Lonely Planet Bible in hand with map, and was really good at orienting myself. And considering I was and actually traveling probably the longest distance I've traveled so far, which is like half a mile, down to where I am right now, which is probably like southwest. And so as I was walking, I got the distinct feeling of what it was like to have a taste of being pretty much nomadic. And in terms of like old world tribal nomadic, where you basically had to carry everything with you everywhere you went. And that was cool to finally get a taste of that. And I've basically been, I haven't really been moving everything all at once all the time. I'll basically minimize the time that I have to carry everything, namely that big large bag with me, and I make sure that I'm sort of prepared to go from point A to point B, and I have a method to get there. And so far I've pretty much used taxis to help me find out how to get there and actually take me there. This time I sort of took the next step on, self-sufficiency, and actually oriented myself and walked. And so that's pretty cool. And I'm sort of phasing in that regard. And I'm excited that this is also like exercise too, because what better time than to build up stamina and endurance than while actually doing it. And another cool thing is the thing with my food stash. Like, I've been pretty much eating breakfast out of my stash every day with the intention on easing in to local cuisine and phasing out my dependency on my food stash and actually using it as emergency rations and actually living on the local cuisine. And so that's pretty cool. Like, I'm sort of, phasing in to exercising and becoming more able to carry everything with me and actually being more sufficient that way. And the inverse relationship is the money that I spend goes down, my exercise goes up, and my personal empowerment goes up. And also the same thing, I've got a stash of food that, is basically superfood, and it's keeping me going. And but it's also, I'm using that, and at the same time I'm easing into the local culture. And the money that I save not taking taxis is actually going to go towards my food. So hopefully everything will pretty much level out, and I'll be able to maintain a steady average of super cheap, and and build at the same time, which is pretty cool. And I got this place for 300 baht. It's called Same Guest House. And it's about $10 essentially, $10 a night. And I'm probably going to land here and ground out for a couple days. I've got a bunch to do. I'm eager to get out and check out the town. And that's about it. One more quick note. I have to get an adapter. Thailand actually operates on 110 volts. And they have interesting outlets in that it looks like it accounts for both United States prongs, hot cold prongs, and it also accounts for, it looks like European. They're kind of more like, they're not flat, they're more like rounded like this. And so the outlets account for both of those, but the problem is there's no ground in the rooms that I've been in, and that's really where I'm doing all my recording. And so I need to find an adapter that takes the ground and pushes it through the neutral or something like that, the cold line, so I can hook up and actually use this for hours on end, because I can only do it for a little bit. Note to self, find electrical adapter. The only downside to being, the only downside to actually starting to walk more is that I feel blisters starting to develop on my feet, which is kind of a pain, but comes with the territory.